there a few times, and then then she becomes a guitar player in the band. So that's kind
Bada
of
bing, bada boom.
Jeff couldn't go on the road.
Yeah,
he couldn't tour. He couldn't do anything because he's married with youngins, real baby kids.
Yep.
And so Shania was like, she came over to jam a couple times, and he was like, "Do you want to join the band?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." And that's how that came about. And here we are years later, still doing it. Except now we're doing it here in Maryland because Nashville sucks.
There it is. And he the one that said it's supposed to be nice.
Terrible.
That was nice.
He said, "Let's be nice. Let's be
Nashville
nice."
sucks. Excuse me.
It don't suck.
It don't suck,
but it does.
Yeah, in the same sense. Great place to party, man.
Well, industry is industry.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what
all
I mean?
the
Whether it's
industries
LA,
are
whether it's Nashville, whether it's New York, any of those big cities, you're gonna have that industry issue kind of tacked on and doing everything with it.
Hell yeah.
So
Metal.
So, all right. So we got your origins a little bit. We touched on that. Let's touch on influences. And I hate to be cliche with some of these questions, but that's where we're gonna go, just to give people a better idea who you are, what your music is. Some of this never heard you. So whoever wants to go first, man, give me some band influences, not necessarily personal influences, but like as collective as a whole, what does everybody bring influence-wise to this project?
All right, so I guess everybody's looking at me. So
You are in the hot seat.
yeah, if I had to think about it for a minute, I got two parts. So vocally, I'm nowhere near the guy, but I always imagine like Ronnie James Dio, Rob Halford, like the big, powerful, greats. And it don't even have to be a guy like Pat Benatar, dude. I love Pat Benatar's fucking voice. It is so nasty in a good way.
I agree.
So I like that. And as far as bass wise, I would probably lean towards like I'm a big Tool fan apparently because I like that syncopated stuff,
There's that word again.
Yeah,
Ooh.
syncopation. It's
We
the
should
word
all
of
take
the
a
day.
drink on that word.
I know, we need to take a shot. It's the word of the day. We said it, we gotta take a shot.
Wait.
But like Tool, even like old school Sabbath, Geezer, he's playing his own fucking thing.
Yeah.
Tony's in his world, Bill's in his world, Geezer's in his world, and it all comes together and it sounds beautiful. That's pretty much where I'm at, I would think.
Your turn, Kenny.
Yeah, me?
Yeah.
My input for the band, I think we sound a little bit of everything, right? I mean, my big influence is
What do you bring?
I try to bring in like the Godsmack feel, the grooviness, like Vinny Appice on the drums. He's got that fucking groove, and it's just amazing.
What's his name?
And it is what it is. Can I curse? Because I just cursed.
Absolutely.
That's your guy. What's his name? Tommy Aldridge.
Tommy Aldridge, man.
This guy, Tommy Aldridge.
Tommy Aldridge. Yeah, I play a lot like that guy.
Obviously.
That's
He's
impressive
amazing.
shoes to fill. They're a big guy.
Yeah.
Tommy's a no doubter.
Yeah, I love Shannon Larkin. There are a bunch of drummers that I love. I get little bits and pieces of all of them. I do a lot of tricks. I'll get a trick from this guy and one from that guy and try to incorporate it. And, it's not the Kenny Barlow show. It's a Mr.Grey show. So I put, we all have an input. Eric says, put this here. And I'm like, okay, let's try it. Boom. It's that kind of thing.
Your turn.
Did I answer that?
Trying to delay as long
I
as
think you did great.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Oh, shoot.
On the spot. On the spot.
No. Even though they are good dudes. Fucking Chad's awesome.
Yeah.
But, no, really Slash for me.
Who?
Slash.
That guy.
Probably.
Slash,
Yeah.
big hair, big hat.
As far as solos,
sound.
openness, power, probably Slash.
Riffing wise then. So you got solo Slash. What about the riffing?
Oh. Riffin's more Hetfield.
I definitely feel that from her. Definitely.
Down picking.
You got. There's no other way to play some parts like that. I mean, like if you want it that tight, then you have to play it that way.
Okay.
And so he's always been kind of a big, huge influence rhythmic wise for me.
Cool. Since we're on that and we're on you, I have a little piece of information, and I'm pretty sure you know that I know this, but I'm going to ask you about it now.
Maybe.
We're good. Don't worry. I'm never going to fucking load a bullet and shoot it at you. Okay?
Right.
Ooh.
So the question is, and I know this story, and if it's true, then I kind of want you to share it. How did you learn how to play guitar?
So honestly, it was a Guitar Hero bit. It was
Okay.
like me. I was playing Guitar Hero at the time.
How old were you?
8
Okay.
at the time, and was playing Guitar Hero. And me and my dad was walking through Walmart, and we happened to walk through the front, and they happened to have these first act displays with the little 5-watt amplifier in the case and shit, in the in the cardboard guitar case.
Yep.
And I was like, Dad, can I have it? And I
Sorry.
was like, can I have it? He said, sure, as long as you can get 95% on this song in Guitar Hero. Devil out of Georgia.
Yeah, fuck.
And like on a master level or something
On
like that.
expert.
Yeah.
On expert.
On fucking expert, he was like,
Yes,
you got to
I
get
know.
it for on 95%.
How long did it take you?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
And you went back to your dad and said,
I got it. You
Where's
know?
my guitar and amp?
Give
Yeah.
me that guitar.
So like 2 days later, we were at Walmart and he got the fucking amp and guitar, and it had this CD that came with it that was Lenny Kravitz. There was Led Zeppelin on it. There was Cranberries on it.
An instructional
That's
thing.
There was no instructional. They just gave you the CD.
But at least they gave you something.
They gave me a CD and they expected you to pop it into the fucking thing and you learn off that CD.
Yeah.
You know, so I sat there first time and just was strumming along on the guitar and was trying to learn fucking Lenny Kravitz. And
that's cool. I like that story. That's why I brought that one up. It's just when I heard that story to begin with, I was like, I think that's the coolest thing anybody's used a video game for a tool. You know what I mean? It's like,
I love
okay, I would have never thought, especially when that came out, that somebody would be able to learn even a little bit from a video game of Guitar Hero. It's like,
Tell you what,
it's a
it
you're
makes
seeing
you-
it, you're pushing buttons. You
It
know what I
it's
mean?
huge
Yeah,
hand-eye
absolutely.
coordination because you can sync up your hand-eye coordination before you even touch a guitar, because that's the big
Yeah.
thing on it,
Okay.
is being able to get the hand-eye coordination separation by staring at the screen
Right.
and then getting the hands to work without them.
You learn the chords and finger placement later, I
Yeah,
guess.
I get it. Because like I remember when it came out, I played the shit out of it because it was awesome.
Right.
And I don't know, it gave me more dexterity. I would
Yes.
have to say. I mean,
I never played it.
I played Drum Hero.
No, I didn't like Drum Hero because I played it like a drum set, and you can't play it like a
No,
drum
they're
set.
do that.
designed to be a drum set.
Right,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
they're
not on
It's
the
not
beat.
the same symbol.
Yeah.
All right,
It's-
I'm bringing you back into focus.
All right.
Okay.
So 8 years old, you start playing guitar.
Yes.
When did you start playing bass and singing?
It's 5 years
I
ago.
started playing guitar when I was 13.
Okay.
I didn't officially start playing bass until we started the band. So I never really owned one.
Whoa.
Never played.
Yeah.
We couldn't find a
You
bass
were
player.
never a bass player. You never played a bass before this band.
Yes.
No, and I'm a very average guitar player. Most average guitar players, I believe, should just be bass players. I said it. There it is. Because then there'd be a lot of awesome bass players running around, and
Yes.
bands wouldn't have to look for one under rocks.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Bass players
So-
are hard to find.
Bass players and drummers both. Hard to
Yeah.
find.
So yeah, I started playing guitar. I was 13. I'm okay at it, and I started playing bass a few years ago. I've always been singing. I've been singing since I was a kid. I've known lyrics since I was like 4, maybe 3. I used to sing George Michael.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know any better. I
And
was
you just started playing that.
Ain't nothing
You
wrong
were
with
playing
George
Faith.
Michael. Come
You
on.
were playing Faith last night.
I was
strumming around
playing
on the
Faith
guitar.
Friday, yeah,
That's
I know.
right.
fuck.
Exposed.
Found me out.
That's it.
So what, man? I like it.
Threw you under the
That's
bus.
good stuff, man.
It is.
I agree, and I believe no music is untouchable.
Right.
You know, for people
Good
that
stuff.
like music, the people who love music, you're gonna go genre to genre. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter. You'll have a favorite. You know, for me, metal and punk are my favorite genre. But I
Right.
mean, I listen to old school R&B. I listen to country, old school country.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what I mean? I believe it makes people more well-rounded, and it has to make the musician more well-rounded.
Oh yeah, because you can pop up with ideas in your head from like something from like Duran Duran did something really cool or something, and you can just incorporate something along them lines, that kind of feel.
Right.
And and then it still sounds metal.
Right.
It's hard rock or whatever, you know. It's
Gotta have that groove.
Take it in and regurgitate it another way. You know?
All right, Kenny. How old were you when you first decided you were going to be a musician?
Well, I started beating the shit out of everything when I was a kid. And I don't know, I started like at 12 years old playing the couch. I did. We had a big section on. I'd set it up like, big rap toms. And I just beat the fuck out of that. And then my cousin had a drum set and lived right across the street from us. So I'd go there and I'd beat that thing and I sounded like I could play it. So he gave it to me. And I was 13 years old. And my fucking cymbal stands were milk crates, hockey sticks with nails, and trash can lids that I nailed on.
Adolf will like that hockey reference. Adolf will fucking love that.
Oh yeah, that was up north.
That's right. You're
That's
not. So let's get into that real quick. Just from you all are in Tennessee, in and outside the Nashville area.
Yes.
Are any of you originally from there? Okay.
This guy, this redneck right here.
that's me.
Backwoods country.
That is me. And hey, that's true though, because I'm like 30, 45 minutes south of Nashville, so I'm close to Alabama, guys. So
Yeah,
it's
and
really
I'm not
south
far
back
from him.
there.
There it is.
Hey, train.
Hey, there's a train. Good
Yeah.
thing we stopped recording.
No, we can't stop recording. We're gonna go. We're gonna go.
We're gonna do it live.
I guarantee you, I can get louder than that train can. Guarantee you. All right. So
That's awesome.
we've kind of established the band. We've kind of established who your influences are. Now let's get to the current music that you are making now. Describe what it is that you are creating.
Art.
That's the easy answer.
No, I mean
Sonically, you know what I mean? Like
sonically. All right, so I've always said it, and I'll say 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 it. I always want it to feel like you're receiving a hug. It's sonically, it's like a hug to me. When it's right, it's like a hug. You're just encompassed by the sound, and it's not abrasive, and it's not low, or it's not muddy, or anything like that. It's just a nice, warm, feel good hug.
I like that.
Yeah, that's what I like to go with it.
I don't think I've heard anybody express that or explain it like that, but I like that. I think that's a good way to put it. We make music that basically hugs you. It wraps around you.
Right. Shania got told the guy from our last show. What was it? What did he say
like
it was?
opening the door to hell and watching butterflies come out of the door.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
a
that
cool
was-
analogy.
Yeah, that was crazy. She said that, and I was like, wow.
I mean, and I get it because I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's heavy but beautiful. You know.
Yeah.
I
My
guess
brain's
that's what
going
he's trying to
I
say.
know, right?
It's like, wow.
No, it's story
How
music.
floored were you when she said that? I mean, that's like one of those comments where you go, holy shit.
Well, it was this dude that was in the crowd, and I happened to walk out, and he came up to me and said it, and I was the same face you had. I was like,
Okay.
"What do you do with that kind of information?" You know,
Yeah.
I was like,
It's awesome.
That's kind of a lot to process in a real quick time.
Oh, I dig it.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So let's get to future. As a band, okay, you're all individuals. Everybody's got their own thing, but as a band, what do you hope to accomplish? Like the music world isn't what it used to be. We all know that. We know that it's a different level when you come into this game of what you would consider making it. You know what I
Right.
mean? It used to be making it was being on a major label, having a multi-year contract or a multi-album contract. That was making it.
Yeah.
What would you be satisfied with this band? Ultimately, you want it to be huge. I get that.
Yeah.
But what are you willing to settle with and still do what you do?
I'd just be able to make a living at it.
Yeah.
If I can make a living at it, then that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You know. Obviously, I like to make some to save, but and invest. but as long as I made a living at it, and that's all I did, I think I would be happy.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. I don't mean to get rich, but hopefully it'll come along. But if I can make what I make now, I'm good with that.
Me too.
I think everybody kind of agrees with that. If like they could do what their dream is,
Yeah.
and they could make at least enough money to pay their bills, which is what we do now with a regular job,
Right.
then okay, the hell with the real world. I'm going to go do this.
Right.
Yeah, I can go on the road, get to see the country and see a bunch of people and tell them to listen to our story because every song is a story. So
Truthfully.
it is.
I-
Every song on this album
Yeah.
you're about to hear, y'all, is a fucking story, and it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Damn it. And it's good.
All right. So now we're gonna get to the ego side of me.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
We've known each other 2-3 years now. What? 2020.
Yeah.
Your COVID is actually the first year that you guys came on my radar.
Yeah.
Brought you up here to BendyQ, and I think both ways, from your point and from the people watching, everybody was like, "This is fucking awesome."
Oh yeah, it was. It was a good time.
The energy was there on both sides. You guys strolled into town ready to just melt faces, and the audience took it that way.
Yeah.
So you've been up here 3 times now.
Mhm.
Okay, twice private party, once where we put you on
Cantina.
the Fish Head Cantina
Yeah.
Yeah.
in an open venue for people to come and see you. We've talked about how hard it is in Nashville to kind of get gigs. Do you think when we talked about signing a deal and we talked about working together on this, did anything factor in? Was it something like, yeah, fuck it, we're just doing this because we want to get the hell out of Nashville? How much of that factor though was not necessarily me, but the family that was here, and in the last couple of years you've already built here? Did that, or I should say, was that a factor in you saying, yeah, we'll come up there and do this?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for me, 100%, it was a factor because, I mean, I know we rag on Nashville, yada, 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 but you got to think for a minute. Nashville's not cool to play because it's full of musicians and then it's full of tourists. So they're not really looking for a local band that wants to make a name for themselves. That's not what they're looking for. It's not the game. That's not it.
They're looking
But-
for a good time.
Right. But here,
Well,
it's
but you
not
can't
that
really-
way. They're looking for new people. They're looking for something to grab a hold of and listen to. And when we came up here and seen that, when I came up here and seen that, I mean, it made it
Yeah.
my home.
The
you
love
know?
was real.
People actually love local bands or love bands starting out. I was amazed by how many people really enjoyed it and dug it. It makes it feel worth it, in a sense. So 100% for me, the people up here are great.
It's important, and the reason I bring it up is because you guys are from outside of the region.
Yeah.
A lot of the bands that people are familiar with me that I work with are local regional. So I'll level with you. I got a lot of shit from, and I'm not going to throw names out there because that ain't where we're doing this. But I got a lot of shit because I reached out to you guys to be the first band to get signed with the label because it's the same old thing. You get, what the fuck, man? We got all kinds of stuff going on. Okay, here's a band that's outside of my region that is willing to work with others.
Yeah.
Okay, that is why I went outside of the region. Okay, there's a saturation level here, just like there is Nashville.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not as big.
I'm sure.
Okay, but it's the same issue in every major music town. Like I said before, it's the same everywhere. Here, though, in the Mid-Atlantic region, and I'm talking here, PA, Jersey, Virginia, there's a love for original music. I don't like I've watched it in other areas where it's kind of died off. That stuff that we had in the 80s and 90s where everybody was into original music, it all kind of died off. But for whatever reason in the Mid-Atlantic, I don't know whether we were spoiled by so much good music in this area that wasn't huge. So we looked at it as like, yeah, these are our musicians. You know what I mean? I think that's what has kind of created what you guys experience here, because they latch onto a band in this area. If you're good and you touch them, that's important. Let's express that. You can be good and not reach people. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But in this area, in this region, what we've come to find out is if you're a good band and you have a message that touches people, even if it's not the original reason you wrote that song, that's kind of what lives here. You know what I mean? This is a great place for any band, I think, to start new followings outside of their regions. You guys are primed now. I've said from the get-go, I was like, God, I wish you guys lived closer. It's like, fuck, to do so much more. But we spent the last 2-3 years getting to know each other, and hanging out with each other.
Right.
I think our trust levels are pretty high.
Mhm.
I think that going forward, sorry, Nashville, but I think this is going to be your new home.
Oh yeah.
I really do. I'm going to do my best, as I always try to, to represent the bands that we work with. You guys are a priority right now. All right. I need everybody to know that. So all these other people are going to start sending me messages probably right now. You can all pound sand because this is where I'm at. All right.
Yes.
All right. So we're not going to keep you guys up too long. I know you guys got to get some dinner. We've been in here all day. Nobody's eaten anything.
How many drum takes today?
Riffs to be made, things to do.
Yeah, we've got multiple
Nice,
takes we've done on drums today. We're going at a good pace. Everybody kind of agreeing with that?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it's working perfect.
All right, cool. And the last thing I'm going to say is this Saturday,
Yes, here.
we've got a showcase here at the studio for Mr. Grey. It's $20. It's BYOB. It's a very limited engagement. And whoever comes, this is the bonus. Thank you, Drew. Whoever comes to the show on Saturday, the bonus is we are recording this show.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They were psyched about this the minute I mentioned it. So we're going to be recording this show, both audio and video,
Yes.
in the hopes that we can create some really cool stuff
Nice.
afterwards. So just keep that in mind. If anybody's on the fence this weekend, come see
Mr. Gray.
Mr. Grey.
Get loud.
From Nashville.
Let me strike that. Everybody come see Maryland's Mr. Grey.
Maryland's
I'm
Mr.
gonna-
Gray.
I'm going to
Wait.
get cocky as shit with this.
It's
And-
Beautiful
and
Broken Record presents Mr. Gray.
There you go. And again, come to the live show and you will be immortalized on
Yes.
a live record.
Yes.
You'll be on it. Literally.
Yeah.
You'll be
Yeah,
a part
you'll
of
be
it.
on it.
Come be a part of the live crowd for this recording
Hell
Yes.
this
And
Saturday.
I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a couple minutes. If there's anything you want to put out here to anybody, go ahead. This is
Buy a
if you-
t-shirt.
If you want to,
You said anything.
I mean, honestly, guys, anything you want to do, if you want to plug somebody, do that. If you want to talk about anything, if you want to tell me to fuck off and turn this thing off, we can do that too.
We got Blackwood and Lost Circus coming up on the 28th.
Yeah, that's in
There you go.
February.
Mockingbird Theater, Franklin,
Mockingbird
Tennessee.
Theater in Franklin. Yeah, Franklin,
Yes.
February. What the hell?
All right.
I know it's far away, but
It's October.
it's going to be cool. And those are really two really great bands as well. They're in our spectrum of our realm.
What were those bands again?
Blackwood and Lost Circus.
Yes.
Those
Very
are
good bands.
two really good bands. Matter of fact, Lost Circus actually did a show, opened up for Warrant and
Firehouse
and Winger.
Yes.
Yeah, and in Tennessee, of course. But yeah, we're stoked about that show. And that will be next week.
At
Next
Mockingbird
Saturday.
Theater.
You guys are moving and grooving, man.
Yeah. Not to mention, I have to say, like this shirt, I haven't wore this shirt in forever. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a band that doesn't really exist anymore. But this is one of my favorite local Nashville bands called Lobo. Brandon Bell, amazing bass player, vocalist extraordinaire.
Those were about Sinister.
Alex was an amazing drummer who's still doing stuff. And Sam was a phenomenal guitar player. And I hate that they're not making music together anymore, but I'm supporting them right now. So
Maybe we'll bring them up here.
that would be
Dude.
awesome. Such
Awesome.
a great
They're
band.
nasty.
All right, guys, I appreciate your time. I
Yes.
appreciate you taking time out of the session and then doing this just to give people a little
Heads
heads
up.
up. And I look forward to working with y'all. I really do.
Hell yes.
Yes.
All
Looking
right,
forward to it.
Back to it.
All
Back
right.
to it.
All
Bye.
right, guys.
Studio.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Later.
Want some amaretto?
No, you don't.
Here, right there.